This is another Chenal application. It's called a reverse wrist press. Now, as with all Chenal applications, we have to be respectful of our opponents. This puts extreme pressure on the wrist joint. So it's not only a trap, you can use it as a trap, but you can use it to break somebody who is punching at you hard or trying to grab you in any way. You wind up turning the wrist and you're going to do it like this. It's called a reverse wrist press. Okay, before I actually get into the movements, I want to describe the hand positioning. So she'll turn a little bit facing me. When somebody is throwing a punch, or if they grab you in any way, grabbing a shirt, you want to make sure that your hand, your fingers, these three of your fingers are going in the cavity of the palm of whatever hand you're grabbing. So if she happened to be grabbing with this opposite hand, I would do the same thing over here. I'm grabbing her thumb with the three fingers mostly on the inside. And my thumb is going on these two knuckles, kind of in between the center knuckle and this ring finger. I'm actually going right in between there and splitting those bones. I'm kind of separating it. It allows me to have pressure and break any kind of tension in the hand. Okay? So as a reverse wrist press, it doesn't matter what side I'm grabbing. Even if I grab the other side, if I'm coming with my opposite hand, I'm grabbing in the palm area. There's the center, and my fingers are going in the cavity, and then I'm coming up and pressing this way. So I'm splitting. I'm not trying to put pressure right on the bone. I'm actually splitting their bones. And then I put pressure, and it causes pain. So make sure you're being respectful of your opponent, that you're not overdoing this too hard. In the videos, we might do things a little harder. It looks that way, but it's only because we know what we're doing. And we've been able to start training enough to do this quickly without damaging the other person. So please, if you're at home and you're practicing these, do it softly and be respectful of whoever you're training with. And if you want to increase your speed a little bit, do it in the safety of class under the supervision of someone who's trained. So please be respectful of that. Okay, so what we're going to do is wrist press. I'm going to do it on both sides. So Chris is going to wind up punching with her right hand. So she comes out, and I am going to block it. So what I'm doing is, as I'm blocking, I'm doing a Ham technique. I'm coming across, grabbing the hand, and then I start to actually do a circular motion. So I'm doing this motion, okay, with her arm. I'm actually grabbing it and then circling. That allows the hand to come up, and it compromises this inside part of her wrist joint by coming up. My other hand is coming across and finishing the grab. If you see right here where my fingers are, this is what I'm doing on that side. My thumbs are right here along the center, splitting between her forefinger and her middle finger and her ring finger are where my two thumbs are at. What I'm going to do, though, is called a soap, where I'm pulling down. It's a downward motion and back. I'll step back and go down. And that's all I'm doing. And as I'm doing that, is I'm actually pressing towards me with my three fingers on her wrist, and then I'm pushing away with my thumbs. So I'm actually twisting the wrist. It puts a lot of pressure right there, and her wrist is pot. It's a good pot, though. So I'm actually putting pressure right there as I do this. And just by doing it, I don't even have to move. I wind up being able to control my opponent. Okay? So again, this was with someone who is punching, and I'm using my same side. So this is a same side defense. I'm grabbing and pulling and going down. So now, the same technique, I'm using the same arm. If she does it and she punches with the opposite side of her body, and I come in, I can do the same thing. I grab it, turning over. But what happens here is, instead of going straight back, I actually want to step forward and down. So I can actually pinch the elbow, go forward and down. I can wrap it. I can do some other things. You can step back as well. But this one actually puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder and the wrist if it's the opposite side. So again, she steps with the opposite side. I'm grabbing it, I'm turning it over, and she see it, I have her body compromised. If I just put the pressure here, she's going right down to the ground, and I can pin her, okay? Prevent her from being able to hurt me, all right? So a little more fluid. We're going to do this one time. She punches. So I go left, she goes down, okay? Opposite side, I block. She's down, and then I can come in a wrap. So I know that's your shoe. All right? So that's your reverse wrist press.